also the robust response of Apec economies to the challenge of climate change, adaptation, and mitigation.
Okay, Alexis Romero of Philstar.
Is the President also expected to say something about the conflict in Ukraine, considering that the Russian leader is already is expected to attend the conference also?
Well, the President and the Philippines, we have made pronouncements in the appropriate forum on our stand in Ukraine. And we will focus our efforts in APEC in the economic issues that impact on the region. And it is certainly something that, a political issue that we have made pronouncements on in other platforms and not necessarily APEC.
Okay, Helen Flores,
No, it's
Philstar. Okay, Kat Domingo.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, you mentioned that the president will be pushing for food security and energy security as well. Will he bring up deals with Russia, existing and otherwise?
Bilateral issues will not be part of the discussions in the APEC platform, although in the context of the President's advocacy on food security, of course, reference will be made on the rising prices of inputs to food, and this is something that each economy actually is concerned about, the rising inflation, and how this is impacting on our efforts to facilitate rapid economic recovery in the region. And this is something that, on energy, of course, we have seen rising prices of energy. And again, these are critical inputs and critical components of keeping the wheels of the economy running.
Sir, follow-up question. We understand that aside from the ASEAN, the APEC, and the EU-ASEAN summit in Belgium, are there any other trips lined up for the president this year or early next year?
Well, there are some already in the pipeline, but again, these are subject to additional disclosures at the appropriate time. Thank you.
Okay, last question. Other matter question.
For USEC Garafil, USEC, I would like to get Malacanang's comment on the UNHRC report about the alleged grave human rights violations and high number of EJK in the Philippines, particularly in the context of the campaign against illegal drugs. I think the report was referring to the previous administration. And they also recommended about the change in the way the problem of drugs is being addressed in the Philippines. Would you like to comment on this?
I think Ambassador Daza will make the response, ma'am.
The administration of President Marcos has made very clear pronouncements about the seriousness of his government in terms of human rights obligations. It has taken a very open and constructive approach to the issue of human rights. And as a manifestation of this constructive approach, no less than the Secretary of Justice has actually participated in a series of dialogues with the Human Rights Council, where he actually mentioned the reforms that are being undertaken by the government, as well as updates on cases of interest. This is to stress that, contrary to what has been mentioned about the culture of impunity, I think there has been a shift in terms of how the issue of illegal drug is actually being addressed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Attorney General.
Okay. With that, I would like again to thank Malacanang Press Corps, the DFA Press Corps, and the APEC Philippine delegation for your active participation. And also, ma'am, thank you once again to Ambassador Teresita Daza and ASEC Gerardo Tamayo. Thank you, sir. And we look forward to seeing you all in APEC in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you.